Alright kids, a lot has changed since COVID-19 arrived, but my role as husband and father has not. I've always completed errands like going to the post office, putting gas in the cars, like once a month now, and getting groceries, and I continue to do so. What has changed is the things I need to do in order to perform these necessary duties. I make sure to put on gloves and a mask to not only keep myself safe, but to keep others safe from me. I'm a nice dude. I smile at passersby. I'm an extrovert, so I small talk strangers and shoot the breeze with what we now know are and should have always been referred to as essential workers. But people can't see me smile when I'm wearing a mask, so I learned to smile with my eyes. Not that it's my job to make people feel comfortable, and not that I'm a big, imposing guy, but I am 6'1", and I really like wearing hoodies, and some people find that threatening. Will I pull up to Costco listening to Rough Riders Anthem? Likely. Will I bark at people like DMX? Of course. This is just a small part of the black male experience in America that I share from a safe yet considerable distance. An experience that rapper Wale puts on display in his new video for his latest single, Sue Me. Now the music video dropped on April 22nd. That was 2 weeks ago. As of me recording this, it still hasn't reached 1 million views. And if it was a trending topic on Twitter, I don't remember it. And I didn't see it featured in the Shade Room either. With some of the song's subject matter, I thought it would get a Joey Badass Land of the Free buzz. With the visuals of the short film, I thought it would get a Childish Gambino This Is America love. If Kendrick made this, it would be an anthem. If Drake made this, there will be a TikTok challenge where black and white people flip the switch and change races. With this music video, Wale gives us a glimpse of what this country would be like if black people were the majority, the default setting, the standard for whom rights and customs benefit, and if white people were the minority. If the video doesn't make you say, wow, that's crazy, then the chorus will. As Wale unapologetically repeats the refrain, sue me, I'm rooting for everybody that's black. Today we're going to talk about the message in the music, where it came from, and why it's necessary.
Sue me, I'm rooting for everybody that's black. Yeah.
On the red carpet at the 2017 Emmy Awards, actress, writer, and producer Issa Rae famously said this when she was asked who she wanted to win.
For everybody black. I am. Betting on black tonight.
The response she got from social media was interesting. People pointed out that black people have won Academy Awards and that Issa wasn't rooting for the best performer to win. One person even went as far as saying that if black actors were better, they would win more. And of course people were calling her racist. Side note, Diddy got a similar response earlier that year when he tweeted shout out to black women just because. You know, the most disenfranchised group in the history of America. For examples of complaints against Issa and her statement, I'm going to read you an excerpt from this article. Do you see any Asian American winners on this list? What about Latinos or Native Americans? When was the last time anyone from these groups won an Emmy? Do you hear us bitching? Maybe they should. This article went on to say some groups don't even have their own award show like the BET Awards. And it's not that serious, it's just fluff. So take several seats, Issa, and enjoy your privileged life. And if we're going to go by what this tweet says, Oprah is rich, and Diddy, Issa Rae, and Wale are too for that matter. Maybe to this person it means black people are already winning. Therefore, there's no reason to root for everybody that's black. Besides, what if white people said that? Except they can, and they do. And the extremists root for much more than awards. That's where the message for the song Sue Me came from. And this serves as the backdrop that an artist like Wale would use to paint a picture of what this country would look like if racial roles were reversed. This story follows your typical urban white male as he wakes up in a single-parent household, gets him and his little brother ready for the day, leaves his project building, interacts with friends, gets coffee, uses public transportation, before making his way to visit his father who is incarcerated. More on this in a second. Wale repeats the refrain from Issa Rae's red carpet statement throughout. Some more details from this world include melanin oats, a billboard about white-on-white crime, and an ad encouraging people to make their hair kinky. An incident occurred in the local Moorbucks where 2 white customers were forcibly removed from the store and arrested. Plus, the main character was removed with them for merely being white, which means he was associated with the other 2. This goes back to a real-life scenario involving Rashawn Nelson and Dante Robinson, 2 black men who were wrongfully removed from a Philadelphia Starbucks and arrested in 2018. Now, towards the end of the video, this unnamed character tries to explain to his dad, a non-violent offender, how newly passed laws could get him out of prison. In a video with very little dialogue, it is this father who utters the most important message of all.
There's no hope for people that look like us.
Before I continue, we understand how and why racial minorities live in clusters amongst one another. They stay in close proximity to those who look like them for safety and security, to maintain their language and culture in order to avoid assimilating to the surrounding society. Evidence of that is how people are cool with ethnic enclaves, like Chinatown, a Mexican barrio, Little Haiti. They support themselves and their people, even though these places are created in America largely to keep its peoples as isolated from the white populations. That's what Black Wall Street was before the massacre, and black people pretty much don't have that now. Now imagine our enclave not as a physical place or geography, but a state of mind, an attitude. Black people supporting one another, which is why the message of this music is necessary. I found myself feeling sorry for the main character. Maybe it's because I know what it's like to be raised by a single parent, live in government subsidized housing, and visit my father in prison. I was sympathetic to his cause and hoping he could overcome his situation. I was rooting for him. Without perspectives like what Wale gave us, perception alone won't move people to empathize with a group they don't identify with. In the snippet of this person's life, albeit fictional, I didn't wonder how he ended up in these circumstances, or question if he was working hard to be successful. Keep that in mind as this video ends with a Facebook Live clip recorded by Aaron Deshaun Campbell, an inmate at Elkton Federal Prison in Ohio, giving a detailed account on how COVID-19 has affected him and the other inmates that have been left to die. I was rooting for him to be confined at home in order to keep his life, and I'm rooting for him to be released from prison early. Less than 2 hours after the video for Sue Me dropped, a federal judge ordered that Elkton identify its medically vulnerable prisoners and transfer them out of the facility by the following day. So who are you rooting for? You're not rooting for the underdog? The unsung hero? The discredited? I want hope for people who look like us. So we're gonna be alright. Haircut,